Yeah, it
Yep.
doesn't, won't delete the comments or.
Alrighty. So you guys ready to get rolling?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so the first thing that I think is very important, I'm gonna teach you guys literally how I do everything that I think will help and make it a lot easier for you guys. So what I do, obviously, on our laptops, we all have the Canva. It used to be a website. They converted it to an app, a standalone app. So Canva is an app on your laptop, your computer, which everybody has, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't have Canva on your laptop or your computer, add Canva to your computer as well as the app on your phone. So you want to have them both because once you log into both of them, they sync. So you can jump in and out freely, and what you just did here will show up here. So what I do is I do all of my ads pretty much because it's a little bit more accessible on the laptop. And you're kind of limited, it's smaller on your phone. Things are a little bit more difficult. So make all your designs on your laptop, and then when you're completely done, you want to make sure that you rename it where you want it. And when you close the app on your laptop and you open it on your phone, it's there ready to go. Then all you have to do is download it to your phone and post it to social media.
Okay.
So to me, that's the best way to do it. So you want to make sure it's on your laptop, on your computer, and also on your phone so you can freely work back and forth. Then what you do at this point, so this was a template. I made that just waiting for the class to start. So I'm going to close that one out. And then at this point, when you come into Canva, you're going in there for a reason, right? So what are you trying to create? Is it a, congratulations, just closed post? Is it a, offer accept, whatever we do. And it doesn't even have to be those same things. It might be, like I think Mike, you posted some creative stuff that's more just anything real estate based.
Yeah.
I'll show you in here. If you look at some of my templates, I mean, I've done our business cards in here. I've done, if I scroll through here, look at all the,
like open house. Like
all of that. So if you take a look at the screen. So look, I've done, see, offer accepted. Look, Selena, I did your business. All our business cards are done in Canva. See, I got 25 years graphic design experience. So I'm a Photoshop guy. So I could do all of this, but this gets it done in about 1/10 of the time.
You have Canva Pro or you?
I have Canva Pro. It's $12.95 a month. And what it does is it gives you like a little bit more features, a couple of
Yeah.
more templates. If you see that little crown next to them,
Right.
those are premium ones.
Yeah.
But for
Yeah.
$12.95, you have access to everything. And as much as I use it, it's well worth it. So, but I'm looking right here, because we can start setting up, just so you know, going forward. If you see home, then templates, which we're going to get into, projects, which I have projects, which is like, here is agency, this is the team, Empire Mortgage, this is the office. So I can start grouping all this. But the cool part is the team. So I can have a team. I can build a bunch of, say, template designs that we can use as an office and give all you guys access to that as a team. So we could all stay consistent with like some of our standard posts. You just popped it, put a new photo in, change some of the text and reuse the same thing. So it would be just for our group.
It'd be really fast. too.
Yeah, it's right there. You pop in a photo, you change some text and boom, you download it and it's off and running. So that's something that I'm going to eventually build that gives us access to a lot of similar designs. So back to where I was. So templates. Oh, so I was going to stay at home. So while I'm at home, like I said, you can see all the different things that I create. Like I said, business cards, ads, looking for media people. That one with the hand is my buddy Bo, blowing all the leaves and grass. I love it. It's all good. You see the one in the top left, that's actually the Facebook cover for Empire Mortgage. Now, if you go on the Facebook business page for Empire, that's the Facebook cover page. So you see all of mine, accepted offers, we are growing. I did everything that's tied to us. It just, look at the networking event. I do all that, the stuff for the best of the best, everything in here. This is actually something new, the 365 VIP Club. It's actually 1,000 cards that I have for us that we can get into it, but I designed that on here. Everything that we use It's so much easier for me to design in here. And it goes even a step further. You know, I've done videos, I've done presentations when I go speak at high schools. All that was done in Canva. And I actually present out of Canva right onto the screens at the high schools. I don't have to download it. I don't need PowerPoint, all that old school stuff. You can present right out of Canva live. So I'll show you a little bit of that as we get into it. But so that's, you see, I do everything that's needed here. You know, I used to do Photoshop, which is this, if anyone knows design, but this takes a lot more time. That's just me messing around, but it takes a lot longer to create that from scratch here. Canva gives you all the templates, all the layout. You just have to fine tune it and let it fly. So, all right, so what you want to do, so we go into templates. What are we trying to do? It gives you the options of, you know, are we trying to do see, that was like I was telling you, whiteboard, where you could actually do something on that. But say other things are like, you know, you can do Facebook posts, Instagram posts. It'll actually already be created in the dimensions that fit the social media that you're trying to use. But the cool part about it, you can create a design, have it saved for the way you want it, and then you can go up and you can say resize, and it can say, okay, well, we just made it for a Facebook post, but let's go up and resize it to an Instagram post, and it'll literally readjust the size of it to be ideal for whatever platform you want to share with.
Which is really good.
It's great. So you can take one design and flip it in multiple different dimensions and use it in multiple formats with the same design. It might take a little bit of tweaking, but it gives you the right dimensions. You might have to move things a little bit,
Yeah.
but boom, you don't have to redesign every time you do it. So let's just, you know, we're right here. Let's create something right off, you know, right out of nothing. Let's create. What do we want to create? What's going on? What's something coming up that we can create something for? No, let's stay within what we're doing. No, some house related. I don't know. We'll just create something. It doesn't even matter. So we're going to create a Facebook post. So when you go into there, it just starts giving you all the templates that you want. Yeah, whatever it is, we'll create something on the fly. So you have all these templates that's already done. You just got to find the one that fits the vibe or the, you know, the idea that you have. Yeah.
Closest.
And there's look at how many different ones, and there's thousands and thousands.
To like, if you, like, let's say, like, well, I don't know. you know, pictures.
Just pick one.
Like this one right here, you can change these colors of these things.
You can change every ad.
Yeah.
But here's a cool thing. Here's a cool thing. Let's say my template is whatever it is, and I say, oh, I really like this one. So if you click on it once, it gives you a preview of it. See how it says customize? So when you say customize this template, it'll open up and allow you to work on it.
Yeah.
But the cool part about it, you kind of like that one, but you'd like to see something similar.
Yeah.
It gives you similar ones below it that are almost designed, and you might find one that you like a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
That's similar to the one that you picked. So it gives you more options. It says, well, you like this design, but here's a bunch that we think are very similar that you may like more to use. So that's what I love about it, because I have an idea in my head of
You wanna
what.
see it scrolling down. If that's
Sure.
not exactly.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, I like this one better. So let's click on that one. So like, okay, let's preview that one. If you want to use it, you click here on customize. Well, you know what? Here's other ones that are similar. So literally you can get gobbled up in this too, finding the perfect design, because they have so many.
Keeps adding as you
Yeah,
pick.
they have so many amazing designs. It's almost like you have to pick the one. So let's just, you know what? Let's go with this one. I do like this one. What do you think of this one? All right, let's do this one. So once you click on it, boom, now you opened up your template. Everything on this can be changed, customized, added to, deleted, okay, whatever you want. So let's just say accidentally you're rolling through, you click on the image and oh crap, I deleted it, right? Over here, this is just undo, redo and undo, just like on any other thing, you know, it's an undo, you click that, it's right back. So just if you make a mistake, you can undo to get what you needed back. Okay. So we're going to do so we could do house for sale. Actually, no, let's change it. Let's make it. So right in here, right off the bat, boom, I added the text. What do I want to do? You know what? I want it to be purple. I want house to be purple. Boom. So just by clicking on the text, these are options that you have. This is the actual font that it's currently using. This is the size of the font. So you can make it bigger. You can make it smaller. It's whatever you want to do.
Now, if you made it bigger, how the E dropped down,
Okay,
You
so
have
let's say,
to-
yep, so let's say we go bigger and it makes it that, but you want it bigger, what do you do? So there's two ways that you could do that. So instead of changing it by here, let's go back to what it was. It was like 59.4. Oops. Oh, what just happened there? 59.4. Okay, so it's back to the original size. So you click on it once. So you see all the options. You got 4 dots on the corners, and then you have 2 straight lines on the ends, okay?
right,
They do 2 different functions. So if you want to make it bigger without messing with the font size here, you can just drag a corner and it'll grow with you.
okay.
And you can make it as big as you want. See that? Just
Right.
by dragging that dot. Okay, so let's just say we're back to where we were. Let's say what you said. It's okay. It goes bigger. See, so now it's going into 2 lines, right?
Right,
If you take this line right here and you drag that, that's going to stretch out the text box, which would allow it to give it more room. See?
Oh, okay.
So that just makes the box bigger because the font can only fit within the text box that you have.
So it'll bring it down instead of.
Right. So the bigger the spaces in the text box, the bigger your font or the more letters you can have. Like say I go all the way across, okay? And you see how normally we go left to right when we write or when we type.
that goes out.
So this right here, well, that's alignment. So we can get into this whole top part, but just to show you originally, alignment means if you want it in the left like this, you hit it again. Okay, that would stretch it out all the way, which it's not long enough. You can put it in the middle or to the right. That's just by the alignment in the box. Or, you know, that's if you wanted to add more. So let's just say house is great. Whatever you want to say. But see how you can add to it. And I'm just showing you, I'm just not really making sense, but I'm
You're
just
just
kind of
showing-
showing you. Yeah. You can literally do whatever you want. You could make this a whole chapter if you wanted and say, house is great and I can't wait to live in it. See how it just keeps going? Because so now if you make the box shorter because you only want it to be in this area, see it only, that's your limitations is the size of that box. You can do it however whatever you want it to look like, however you visualize it, you can do it. Okay. So let's just say we want to get it back to original. And then we're going to take all these extracurricular words out that doesn't make much sense, but I really can't wait to live in it. So what we're going to do, we'll go back, we're going to put it to the right because it's consistent with the rest of it. And the cool thing about it, look, so you're looking at it, you're like, does that look lined up? I can't really tell if that's lined up because it kind of looks off. If you just, so when you click on it, you can do whatever you want with it. See it? Once you hold it down, you can put it wherever you want. You can move it, you can whatever, but you want to line it up with the other words. So see how some of these like pinkish purple kind of lines, that gives you guides. Okay. So if you're like, okay, I want it to be lined up right with that. See how it gives you the lines. It shows you. See, like that shows you it's centered. You see the line going right down the middle?
Yeah,
That shows you it's centered. So when you let it go, see how it's lined up perfect because all the other ones are centered. Okay.
okay.
So as you move things around, it will give you a guide and say, okay, if you're trying to line up with this, okay, you're right in the middle. That's where you want to be. Oh, you're trying to, okay. Oh, whatever you're trying to do, it will show you if you're where you want to be, if you're lined up. See that? Your height is the same as that one. Okay, you're within the box frame of that one. See it all. It's giving you guides. It's helping you along.
Give you a lineup for whatever shape or design.
Yeah, or if you're trying to line things evenly, like side by side, okay, boom, it's showing you, okay, you're perfectly side by side, you're level, okay? So let's just say, let's do an offer accepted. And I really don't want it to be purple, so we'll make it sweet. We'll go back and do like a sandy color, okay? So if we're gonna do offer accepted, I really like this font, so I'm gonna figure out some way to use that. But this is now gonna be, so see, I'm gonna take the box, I need it to be bigger because accepted's a bigger word, right? Then I'm gonna line this one up with that other, see how it gave me it said, okay,
Yeah,
you're lined up.
You have to give the other
Yeah.
line.
So then I'm gonna say accepted. Boom. So that was perfect that it fit that way. Okay, look, hey, guess what? Let's say our box is a little bit shorter and it don't fit, but we really want it on one line, but we want it to be that height. So let's go through here again. So this is your font, actual font. This is your font size. This is your font color. So clicking on that, they give default colors, okay? Photo colors, so they give you colors that are already in the photo. So if you want to keep it consistent with the color,
Okay.
or you want to pick your own color, you click on this and it brings up the whole grid.
Oh, you get the-
So you can say, oh, I wanted this color. Nah, you know what? I want it. I really want that color. And you can do whatever you want. And that's the color that it will make it. See, watch. Boom.
Okay.
So you can make it any color you want, but they make it easy because they're saying, hey, here's all the colors that you currently use. Do you want to make it consistent with some of those? And they're like, no, I want it to be loud and different.
Stand
Pick
out,
whatever you
right.
want. Okay. So that's the color. Some fonts allow it to be bold. So watch the font. If you take the bold off, see how it thins out? We all know bold thickens, it fattens up the font. You click bold, see the difference? So I know we're still off. I'll get to that. I'll show you, but so that's the difference between, they're both bold. So you probably want to, or, you know, whatever you feel, but for the sake, we'll keep it bold.
One thing I saw, when I was trying to make. See how those were all capitalized letters?
Mhm.
Can you make that to where it's?
Every
not-
font is different.
So it's per font?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, every font is different because if you want to start over, so yeah, so this font is all capitals.
Yeah.
But look at, I mean, you're talking fonts. I mean, Canva has, you can go by type because there's different types of fonts.
Mhm.
You know, there's swirly, pretty stuff, there's block stuff, there's rigid stuff, you know, it's like, but I'm gonna tell you what, when you start going through this, they have thousands and thousands. You're only in the A's. You could get you could get lost in these because there's thousands of fonts. Because we're still just getting to B's. So well,
That's crazy.
it is, but you can make it exactly what you want, but it's
Right.
already set up for you to do it in a simple manner, okay? So we scroll to the next one, another feature you can do with fonts. So bold is if we want it thick, so I'll highlight it, remember? Thick or not thick, right?
Yeah.
Italicized, you know, that's where it tilts the letters a little bit. So look, see,
Oh, yeah.
maybe you want that italicized, who knows? Let's just say we'll leave it that way for now. And then we're back to, remember, this was the alignment. If the text box was longer, it would move it. Do you want it all the way to the left, in the middle, all the way to the right, however you want to do it, if you didn't want to drag it. So when you get into this one, list. So this is one that's not that big of a deal. List, it would, if you wanted to make bullet points,
Okay.
every time you wrote something, it would put a dot next to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's for like if you're doing an outline of some sort. This next one was pretty interesting. So this is spacing. Now, remember I said, I really want it to be that height, but it's a little bit too thick from the space. When you go into here, there's two things you can do. So you can do line spacing or letter spacing. Now, what that means is, I'll show you letter spacing first. Okay, so watch the letters here. So if I want to tighten up the letters, I drag it this way. See that? See how they get closer together?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously that's too extreme, but I'm just showing it, or you can go you can spread them way out. So that's how close your letters you want them. I mean, it gets very in depth, but it's amazing that it allows you to have every feature you need. So if we wanted it to fit in that box, if we had to make it fit, you would just tighten it up enough for the D to pop in like that. So it's a beautiful thing. Trust me. I love it.
Now, you could also go back and tighten your offer up that way.
Yep,
They
to
look-
make it
they
match.
look
But to me, from my eye, that's a little bit too cramped.
Right.
You know what I mean?
right. let's
So
leave-
what I would do instead of that would be what? I would keep it there and then what? I would just stretch the box out a little bit longer. Boom.
So it pops in.
Oops. And then even if we went back, so to double check it, you know. Yeah, so, you know, and now here's another thing. So let me show you while we're on this topic. So I'm gonna say accepted. I could type. Okay, so there's 3 lines of it, regardless of what it is, but look, so we're gonna click on this. So we have 3 lines, right? Depending on where you're putting it, how you're putting it, how close you want it, how spread out you want it. So we'll go back into spacing. And now we have line spacing. So instead of just doing the letters this way and this way, now it's going to expand your lines and give you bigger or smaller spaces between the lines. So watch, when I tighten it up, see how they get closer together?
Yeah.
Or if I go away, look how much, see it, that gives you your line spacing. So that's in the spacing. It's letters going this way, or lines going up or down. It's however you want it to be. Obviously, we don't want 3 lines of it saying accepted, but I just wanted to show you that for the sake.
Right.
So we're back to this. We're back to accepted. Obviously, we don't want it to be teal. So we'll go back and we're gonna make that. We'll leave it that color. I like that color. I'm gonna tighten it up just a little bit more. So this is what I'm doing right now. You can do it this way and drag it, but if you want to just inch things along, use your arrows. Because right now I'm
Yeah,
using
you
my
just click
arrow.
it.
See how it just creeps up a little bit?
Yeah,
Every time I hit it, it's creeping up.
using your mouse or your finger.
Right. Or if you're doing this, yeah, and you want to drag it, it's gonna be more, it's gonna be, yeah, it's more dramatic. Or if I just want to edge it up and down, these are just my arrows going back and forth. Okay. So if we keep going on this, so that's the spacing on that. So we're gonna say offer accepted. I don't know. We'll use the Milford House. Okay, but I really want to show this off because I think I did a great job and I'm so happy for the money I got. So I want people to know exactly what we got. So we have this arrow, which is another thing. See that or whatever it is, the box on an angle, but okay, if we don't like it, boom, we get rid of it. It's gone. Not, I decided I do want it. Okay. You can do this. You can make it longer. You can make it shorter, whatever you want, whatever your vision, and you can do it. So every aspect of every template is fully customizable. So that says I sold it for $620, which is amazing. That'd be a good deal. So what I want to do, I really want to show this off. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to grab this and I'm going to make this bigger. Okay.
Maybe grab by the corner.
Grab it by
the
dots just increase the size of the text and the text box simultaneously.
It keeps it all.
Yeah, it keeps it all in perspective. But obviously it's too high, so I'm going to use my arrows and I'm going to bring it down and I'm going to center it. But if I do drag it, if let's say I drag it, see, it's going to tell me, okay, see, you're in the middle. See, it gives me the guide right. If I could do it right there.
Okay.
See the guide?
Yeah.
Okay, you're centered. Looks great. Thank you. Okay, obviously the basic stuff, you can, modify all this however you want. I'm gonna put my phone number in there. I do like the phone thing. It's pretty, oops, I lost my contact us. Okay, so we're gonna go. See now this one, see how it is. You can use caps or, yeah, so it is case sensitive. So we can contact us, hit the space, make it 2 lines, okay? Let's change the address to, let's say the one that we sold. You think I would know the zip right off the bat? Well, we're just gonna say, because I forgot. Okay, so it's customized, right? Obviously, that's not the picture. So any questions on any of that part at all?
No. See those little, like the phone and the little.
You can move those too.
Not even move them, but like, say if our.
What do you want to do with them? Just tell me what you think. What?
Where do we find those? Say if our. ad
Okay.
doesn't have that.
And we'll get
Yeah.
that. So the tab, all the tabs to the left, we can get in. I'm gonna get into that real
Okay,
quick to
so-
kind of show you. Yeah, because you can add that. There's so
Mhm.
many.
Can you like put like a picture of like the Instagram symbol?
Mhm.
Okay.
They have
'cause
all
that's what
that.
I was trying to
Yeah,
get
they
at.
got this. They got the social media. They got the social media logos and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all tied together. So, okay, so I'm gonna minimize this again.
Yeah,
Okay, so that all makes sense. We can make it whatever we want, everything. We can size it. We can change the font. We can do everything we want. We can make it bigger, smaller, change colors, change the actual text itself. This is just sitting there just because I'm gonna eventually like it. I use it. So I'm gonna put something with it
Yeah.
somewhere. I don't know what it is. Right. So I just kind of set it off to the side for now. Okay, so now we get to the photo part of it, okay? So remember, whatever you click on that has the purple box around, that's what you're addressing at that moment. So right now, I'm only talking about that brown box, okay? If I go up here, look at, now I'm talking about the white outline. So whatever's highlighted at the time, now that's tricky right there because that's the text. Because it's so close in size. So sometimes you may have to move it up if it's similar, just to get the other thing you need and just bring it back down. So, but then you can always just go back and boom, we're good. So, okay, so when I click that, what am I addressing right now?
Everything in that box.
Nope, it's only one layer. All these are layers. Everything is layered on top. So you know what, while we're talking about that, let me just get into this a little bit further. So effects, I'm going to show you effects. That's how you can actually do certain things to whether it's images or whatever. Animate, watch this. So if you wanted to animate it, which it's not, I don't use it a ton, but if I wanted to, look at that. So you can do different things where if you wanted it to be an animated thing, and you could animate every different element on this could have a different animation to it. So you could make this like a zoo.
Like a reel or something you're doing.
Yeah, so let's say, but if it's it's still saved as an animated, like an animated GIF.
Yeah.
So it'll scroll, but you won't get as much engagement if it's moved. I can tell you that, but I don't say don't do it. But if you have it where it's there, so when you see it as an image and it'll just keep looping as things roll in, it'll sit for a second, boom, it'll keep doing it.
Okay.
Okay. But your engagement goes down when there's movement.
Yeah.
Trust me, it sucks, but it is what it is.
I'll do it.
But that's animate, okay? So we take that off. Now position. That is where you can move things back and forth. Because like, look at this. Let's take this and flip it this way. Okay. So your base is the image. Okay. Actually, there's a base underneath the image.
Yeah.
Because watch, I can go like this and I can delete the entire image. But see, there's a base underneath it. Then you layer the image. Then you start layering the boxes. Then you layer the text. So everything, it's like a build your own burger type deal.
Yeah.
So wherever it lays in the layer is if it shows or not. Okay. So let's just say what? So I'm going to do offer and position, say, okay, do you want to move it forward? Which means we'll bring it up, bring it to the front. We'll automatically make it the top layer. If you want to move backwards, which trust me, it'll make sense as you start needing this. But watch, let's just say I say move it to the back. It's underneath other layers. It's underneath. Yeah. So you don't use that a ton, but just to understand that these three dots right here, similar stuff that's, it'll put an underline underneath it. Style, which I don't really use that. I'm more in the color with here. This is if I want to do some random things. Okay. So I don't really mess with that.
So you could paint that wall a different color.
Well, let's try it. Okay. No, because that's one thing that I do not use is that paint because I keep my colors different.
Okay.
Okay, so we don't want that. So we're gonna go back to where we was here. I'm gonna take off the underline. So this right here, so transparency. Do you guys know what transparency is? So if it's 100%, it's fully there. Okay, like you can't see through it. It's a solid image.
So
As you bring down the
the shadow-
transparency, it starts to fade a little bit. So you can, so watch, we'll do that right here. Prime example. I'll bring offer right out here in front of like this. So when I go to transparency and I click on it, it's at 100, but as you start to go down, you see how it starts to fade and you see behind it. So say you want it to be subtle. So you do that. So you want it to say that, but let's just for the sake of it there, we'll change it to a different color. Okay. So even though it looks at I want you to get it for the gist of it. So
Right.
as I'm going down, it's fading. If you want it to be like offsetting, or you want to see what's behind it. Sometimes we make font, we put it out in front,
Yeah.
but say we have the beautiful picture of the house and it says real big,
Then say
offer accepted, but we lower the
Who's the-
transparency. So you still see the words, but you can still see through the
the
words
house.
from the rest of the image that's behind it. So that's your transparency. That can vary depending on every design that you want. So we'll go back a few, put it back where it belongs. Boom. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Your transparency part? Okay. What else do they have? So this will lock things, lock or unlock. No, that's this one. I'm sorry. Link. I don't want to link. What's that link? I lock. Let's see. Only allow replacing content. Okay, so link. So let's say I click on that one and that one. So if I hold one, here's a whole thing. Do you know how to select multiple image like items when you're clicking on stuff? You click on, but what you have to hold something. Control it usually is, but for some reason in Canva, it's shift. So if you hold down shift, you can highlight multiple things. See that? So I have 3 items. You see how it has like a dotted box around all of that? So it's kind of saying, okay, you have 3, whatever you do, these are somewhat connected. So when I go to here and I say lock, wait, no, I did it wrong. No, yeah, it's link. Let me see. You know what I just did. Where was I? Oh, I went way back. Okay. Oh, I locked it.
So when you lock it, you can't.
No, you can't move it, like it keeps it in place and all that. So let's see, let's unlock that. No, let's not do that. Where was I? Oh, so now it's locked. Unlock. There we go. Oh, group. I'm so sorry. Link I never use. Group is what I use. So when you group it, boom, all 3 of them are one now. So when I do this, see, they all move together.
Yeah, I'm moving. Okay.
So if you have things that you know they have to stay exactly how they are, like those, you group them so they'll all move as one piece. Yeah. So then you don't have to take one and drag it and take it. If you say all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, I really think this would look better on the left side instead of the right. Group all that together. Yeah.
And can you group multiple things that are layered differently?
Yeah, these are all layered differently.
They're all, okay.
They're all layered differently, but by you grouping them, it temporarily makes them one.
Okay.
So they all move as one.
So like the word offer, the word accepted,
As of right now, all 3 of those are, yeah, see, yeah,
but
see this?
normally they would all be different.
They're all 3 different layers.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you're done.
But Mike, can you also group like the brown box with the outline and all that together?
Any layer on this can be grouped together. So I could say, so let's take that and let's ungroup that. So let's say I want to take just that brown box and this phone, and I want to group that. Let me see, where is it at? So it must be a little bit different because I do a thing a certain way. Okay, so maybe you can't do images. Maybe it's, let me see, because I've never done it that way. Okay, so they have to be similar, I guess. So a lot of text you can move, or see how these are 2 boxes you can move.
Right.
It looks like you can't take an image in a box and group that. So they have to be similar items.
Okay.
Okay.
Either letters, words.
Yeah,
or-
wording or boxes, images, whatever. But like I said, by me trying to do that and just that, oh, it still lets me do it. Okay, so I don't know, something I did. So I'm going to group that. So now all that is that outline and that phone. Look at, so they're grouped.
Okay.
So let's ungroup it and say, you know what? I think I want to just group all of it. So if you highlight everything like that, group. So now this whole thing is grouped. And remember I said I want to put it on the other side. Now you just take the whole thing.
You do that.
So, okay, I'll show you. Yep. So we're going to ungroup all this. So literally all I did is you hold your mouse down, your left click on your mouse. Well, I know you guys are weird with your Macs, but you hold it down. So the whole time I hold my mouse and I drag, it's going to highlight everything that I select. Does that make sense? So my finger's still down on the left click on the mouse. So then when it's all highlighted like that, that's when you can group it. Boom. So you say group and it's all one entity. Yep.
You know what's weird about this too? I don't know if it matters.
Go
It
ahead.
didn't cut that F off, even though.
No, it does. It doesn't select. It's not cutting out it's grabbing images. Yeah, it doesn't cut it off because that's a whole image. It wouldn't just take part of it.
Right, okay.
If it fell into that group, it's taking it with it.
Okay, that's cool. though.
Yep. So whatever you highlight, it's taking it with it. Right. Okay, so let's ungroup it. Let's see. So we'll ungroup. Okay, so see, there we go. So any questions on that stuff? Because you might make something and you might make something down in the bottom right corner, but really think it looks better in the top right. So instead of dragging offer, accepted, all one, and then it might be jumbled
Nah,
up when you
right,
move
right.
it. That just simplifies that. I'm gonna take this out because I'm not.
So you, basically wherever you lay something on here, you can group it and move it
Yeah,
to wherever.
once you piece it together, you can snap it together and move it as one. Yeah, so, okay, so any questions on any of that part? Make sense? Okay. All right, so back to this. So remember I said I clicked on that. So what am I addressing right now?
The border.
There's
No, it wouldn't be the border, it'd be the image in the back.
the actual
Couches
image,
and the-
correct. So yeah, I have the image highlight. So like I said, remember, everything just is layered like this. So you're clicking on one thing at a time unless it's grouped.
Right.
Everything on this thing is on this design is separate. So right here, so I have the image. Okay, obviously that's not the image. So what I'm gonna get into shortly, but uploads. Uploads is everything that we take from our local computer, and I actually cleaned it up because it was way busier last night. I'm like, it'll take an hour to go through it. But you see some of the things that I've used on
Yeah.
certain designs. So uploads are things that I've taken from this local computer and uploaded into Canva that sits in my uploads, and now it's there forever. So once you guys upload our logos in here, see how they are? So there's Empire, here's Trevor's signature. I did that for 4th of July with the red and blue, the smugglers for the networking event. So all the logos, boom, boom, the agency, black, white, EXP, black, white, my signature, all that stays. So watch this, boom, I just want it. Okay, it's there. See how it's already cropped? It's a PNG. Canva allows that. One of my biggest pet peeves is seeing a box or a block around a logo that is very ghetto looking.
I hate that.
It's a difference between looking professional and low budget. I swear to God, coming from a design standpoint, I think that is crucial.
Yeah.
So you can tell between someone that either takes time or has clue what they're doing or doesn't have a clue what they're doing. If someone has a big old fancy white and they have a big black box with their logo, whatever it is, that makes my skin crawl. I cannot stand it. Right. Yeah. But this enhances that. Because it's a PNG, which a PNG is transparent as it is, it takes all the background stuff away. So see, all I did, I clicked on it. So it's in my queue. I can look, I grabbed it, I resized it, I put it right here. I don't really use Realtor anymore. I like taking that off. So look, I just shorten up this box, Realtor's gone, and boom, it's just my.
But you took the whole image of Realtor out, so you're.
Nope, it was all one. I just raised up the box because so if I keep going, if I keep going, look, I'm gonna look.
Oh, okay.
Your
Okay,
box,
yeah,
because just like your text box is a certain size, your image box is a certain size.
Okay,
So the shorter you make it, the less it's gonna be able to view. It's impossible for it to
so
view.
it's still there.
It's there. I just, I cropped it out, so it wasn't there. And this is the same thing too with the dot. If I want it bigger, I want it this big, just drag one of the dots in the corner and let it fly, whatever you want to do with it. So let's get rid of that. We'll take it out of there. Okay, but you see how my upload reserve has everything I've ever uploaded. And like I said, I took out about 400 images last night from all the stuff I used. So for simplicity reasons. But okay, let's put the, what's gonna look better? Is it black? Maybe. We'll have to see. But see how clean it looks?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a white box. with a black
It's
gradient.
not. And if it was, I would literally throw my laptop out into the street because that aggravates me.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, listen, let's do this. Let me give you guys the right logos and then you can have at it, because the first one that I saw that did that, I would be like, we can't do that.
We got-
Breathe.
I have to
We can't.
teach people.
See, but
Do you need pro to do this kind of stuff?
no, we haven't used anything pro yet.
So pro is.
Pro is literally added templates, like some custom premium templates. That's just
Yeah.
nothing different, but just more options. And I think a couple of features on the side might be
What about
premium.
saving a photo? Do you need pro to save
No,
your photos or?
no. All right, so I'm back to uploads. We're gonna delete all the logos because we're not there yet. So I'm back to the image. That's obviously not the image, unfortunately. So I'm gonna show you. That's why I deleted a lot of these. So I'm gonna go into upload files. Okay, so on my laptop, I have desktop and I have all my clients, and then I have, this is all this year's clients. So each one of them, remember when I told you about organizing your stuff, you have your client's name, any deals that they're doing. So let's just say I'm gonna go, just for example, let's show one that has multiple. Let's see. Okay, that was one that we did, but just, I keep everything organized. And then in every one I have, when I did get the photos, it's the address and pics or photos. So I know that folder's all the photos from the photographer, because you're going to utilize them at any given time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. Oh yeah, we are using the lake house. So see, like right here, I have folders for every deal. We've wrote on a couple, you know what I mean? Everyone gets its own folder. 750 Dawson photos, boom, they're all here. So you keep them organized like that, because it's so much easier when you need something, you know. And I'm not even think I'm going to use the pool because we do it so much. Let's grab a nice one of like the let's use this one. Okay, so I click on the image that I want. Let's say I want that one and that one and that one and that one. I want 4 images, right? And I hit open. Now watch what it does. Boom, boom. It's uploading them now. See, they're uploading right into my Canva. Once they're uploaded, they never go away until you delete them. So I can use those 1,000 times over because they're stored now in my uploads. So that's why when I send you guys all these logos, upload them immediately into Canva, you have them forever. So and it's going to make everything so much easier. So, okay. Let's say I want to use this one. Oh, sorry. If you just click on the image, because see, nothing is selected, it'll just create a new layer. So if I just click on it, boom, it just created a brand new layer somewhere in the mix. That's not what I'm trying to do, right? So we take that out. I select that because we're trying to replace the image, right?
Right.
So what I do is, so I click and hold down on the one I like and I drag it. Once the image box is highlighted and I drag it, boom, it replaces it. It doesn't look perfect right there, right? Which I get it. So, but do you understand that part? Yeah. Uploading it into Canva, so now it's in your uploads, and replacing it where you want it to be. Because there might be some that you ever see the ones that the designs have multiple images and there's an image being like the one I do. I'll show you like the one with, I have like the computer screen and I always put the image there of the house, but behind it, there's like a blurred version of the house. And then I have the iPhone here and that's a different, all those are different image boxes. So once you drag it right into the box, it'll only replace that box that you want to change. Okay. So right here, that doesn't look ideal to me. I'm not really excited about that, right? So here's where we go into this. Now we're in an image phase. So you see now there's different options at the top. Looking at these right here, what do you think I would use to resize this to make it look ideal? Because right. So when you go to crop, watch what it does. So it shows you the whole image. And it says, okay, how much of that image do you want to use? So depending on the size of the image, depending on various things, it lets you, so we're right back to the dots on the corner. How big do we want it to be? You know what I mean? Yeah. Only thing is you can't go any smaller than the image box. It won't allow you to go smaller because see how the image completely fills the image box, and then see the grayed out on the side. That means it's extra. That's not actually being shown. So I'm gonna stop that for a second. I want to show you one thing. So I want to see a little bit better image of it. Okay. Let's see, because I got things over this and I can't see it. All right, so I'm gonna minimize for a second, but see, so I want to show you this because I couldn't see because of the zoom tab at the bottom. So I'll do this. So see right here, do you see the size right here? It says 58%. If you want to be able to see it more in depth, you just drag this, see how it zooms in so you can get a better idea of a certain aspect of it. Oh, okay. Or if you want to zoom out to see more, you can size down. So now what this allows me to do, I can see more. So when I go to try to crop, I have more options. See, I can drag further if I want. So that just enlarges or reduces your screen size. It doesn't do nothing to the image, but how big or small it is on your screen in Canva. So, okay, I want to make it bigger so I can see it better. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to play around with it. You know, on the other side, right?
Yeah. The wording on the other side of the photo.
Yeah. So
for that picture,
sure.
That's specifically.
Sure. That's right. So, and that's exactly what the next thing I was gonna bring up, because I don't, and we're doing this on the fly.
Yeah.
But, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to go back to highlighting this. And just like you said, let's group it. And then let's drag it and see if it looks any better on this side.
Oh, yeah.
And then
And you
actually, I
can
think
also-
the
you
image
can
is too
switch
big.
all the things too.
Yeah,
You know, like
oh, yeah.
The alignment and
yeah.
kind of here.
And then you say, oh, well, the only thing that's off is this is a little bit different because it overlaps. So anyway, if you wanna, so we ungroup. And then we just select the brown box and we just bring it in. Boom. Gone. So just to give an idea, see what we did? So we moved the entire text, the box, all the data to the left because we think the image is a little bit more appealing on the right. You know what I mean? Okay. So
Now,
now,
can we make that whole box that we lit up and moved, can we make that all more transparent?
which one? So the brown part?
Everything, the offer accepted, the cat. like,
You can
Yeah,
do
you
whatever
can
you
use
want.
her.
So let's just say we highlight everything and let's say we group it. And let's say we go to transparency. You can make it as transparent as you want.
That's pretty cool.
Whatever is the active image or layer that you're clicked on that you're addressing, you can do all this stuff to it, whether it's one
And do
layer
that-
or all of it.
And that you grouped all those together, they all became.
Right.
one of that.
So what I would do is I would leave everything solid. I would ungroup them. And then what I would do is I'd go into the brown box and I would lighten up that brown box a little bit.
Okay.
Make it a little bit less dominant. See, look at, oh, sorry, I was on the, okay, so yeah, so what happened? So they're completely in a line with each other. So you have to click on the top one. So I just move this for a second. Click this. Go even more transparent if I want, just to say, I can go to nothing or all the way solid, whatever I want it to be. So let's go a little bit more. Pop this back. And then let's say, this isn't popping enough for me. So let's go white. Let's go white on all of it. But then let's take this cool little box. And let's give that a cool color. Oh yeah, so this is, all right, so see how the border keeps getting in the way? So what I want to do is I'm going to position it. So I'm going to move it back, move it back, move it back, see, and then come up one time forward. So now all this is in front of that box. Do you see how I did that? So it took that border that was near the top. So every time you clicked on something in that, it always grabbed that. Now I drop that down behind everything else except the brown border and the brown box in the image. Okay. So now I can take this. I think we should probably let's make this box a different color. So same thing. You want to go to color. Here's all the colors that the photo. I don't know where they see the green from the trees. Here's the default colors.
Photos that match the actual photo.
Yes.
Anything that's in this entire image, it's going to say, here's what's currently being used.
Okay.
If you want to stay consistent, sure, let's try the green. Obviously, I don't love it, but just giving you let's do gray. Let's find something that works. No, it was there. I just want to give it a shot.
That's cool.
I think on this one, we should do something in the tan, light tan, something like that. A little bold. I'm not a big fan. Actually, you know what? Let's just be crazy with it. Let's make it that color. Drag it, centered, boom. But we completely just transformed the entire thing, right?
Yeah.
So what I want to do now, watch this. So, I guess today I'm like feeling myself. I'm excited. I'm proud of myself. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to bring myself into it. So I'm already cropped, obviously.
Yeah, how to do that?
So there's
That's
two
on
ways.
Pro.
You can do it. No, it's not on Pro. Well, that does have a background remove.
Yeah.
I don't think I use it on this. That is an option. I don't know if that's a Pro
It's a Pro
premium or
option.
not. It'll do background remove.
Yeah.
But on this one, there's Remove BG, which is a website too, that you can remove things, and Photoshop, you do it the hard way. You have to line it all out manually and then you crop it out. So I probably did it that way.
do that, that you could just throw it in like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So look, now all of a sudden, look at the big ugly mug. You know what I mean? But do you see how easy that was?
Right.
And I'm not saying that image part was easy, but all the other aspects. And once you get to this
Yeah,
point,
well,
it's just a, oh yeah, it's a plug and play. And then what, you know what? And on top of it, I want to put my name on there. So let's do that too. So I'm going to size this down. I'll put it under here. I'm going to remove that just because that's what I do. And then now I got my signature. You see why I love having everyone having their own signature, which I'm going to start making images of all of our signatures so we can start using this. Because
Okay, yeah.
right now it's a font in here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to create all of ours as the signature and then make it an image. And then you can put it in your signature in your email. You can upload it as an upload here and you'll already have it as an image, just like what I just did. That's the one where I went to the signature company and they sent me 25 different versions
Yeah.
and I had to pick the one I want. Who else did it? Trevor did that. Gene did it.
Mike, we all did it.
Yeah, we all did it.
Yeah.
And it's still an option that I think people should do. I just know that one font, if people don't want to, I think that's an okay font. I think it's frilly and pretty,
Yeah.
but it looks good. I like mine. I'm gonna stick with mine just because it
I
took
like the
forever.
one I
to-
paid for.
Agreed. I agree. And that's the same one that I did. I paid for that one. So you see now we spun it. Now my face is on there, my signature's on there. So then what? We got to brand it, right? So I'm thinking a white EXP.
And you'll send us all the logos.
Yep. After today, I'll send them all. So I think they should be somewhere in here. It's a little bit too big. We can go a little bit smaller. They don't have to be overkill and dominant, it's just branding. And yeah, I'm very anal about placement and all that.
Sure, you have to.
See, I think that looks
You
great.
know, even when you like put it on, when you like, if you email it to yourself to like, put it like, see what it looks like on the phone, you actually see it in a different view. So
Yeah.
then you'll go back like, oh, I need to move this.
Yeah,
around, 'cause I was
yeah,
doing that
yeah.
yesterday.
And I always preview it on phone because I want to see if it
'cause
looks the
then people
same.
are gonna see it,
Mhm.
Mostly.
So we're gonna put the EXP and we're gonna represent and put the 365 on there. So to me, it's a little busy down there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select a couple of these and I'm gonna move this stuff up a hair just so it's not so bunched up. I'm very big on centering, like things spacing,
Mhm.
distance above and below, left and right. Be very particular about that stuff. I think this, I don't know, I think
We
this,
don't do it, right?
I think this phone should be a different color. What color should we make the phone? What color should we make the phone, Gene?
Orange.
Orange, I love it. And then what color should we make the dot for the location? That should be, I think, red. Yeah, good call. I was thinking the same thing. Boom. And then I got this 4. What's this 4 gonna say? I don't even know what it's gonna say.
One of the,
It's
you
one
didn't
of
want
the
to lose the
font.
font.
No, I didn't. So let's just try to incorporate it. So look at, that's a mess, right? Obviously. So we make the box bigger to get it all to be on one. And see how I space it just enough for it to fit? So that's when you play around with it. If it's bigger, it won't center because it centers off the text box, not the actual text. So it's going from left to right on that box. If you ever, with those guide marks, it's
Right.
seeing that whole box, not just the wording part. So I always make the box just the size that it needs to be. So now it's too big. So what do? I shrink it down. And then I grab it and I center it. See it right there?
Yeah.
Centered.
And just to confirm, whenever we're making any type of Canva, we always want to use the logos. correct?
Absolutely.
We cannot post something.
You can. No,
Yeah,
you,
I think
no,
some
you
of it
can.
are-
No, you can't.
You're promoting.
It doesn't have to be, like, legally, it doesn't have to be on there. What you're doing is branding yourself,
Right.
branding your company, and branding your affiliation to others.
So, what was that thing I remember learning about in class where they
If
said?
you, if you're advertising, the broker has to have their address or phone number,
Okay,
and you can't have it has to be the same size as the broker has to be on advertising.
okay. So we have to at least have the address in the advertisement.
Not with this kind of stuff.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's
So if
like,
you did a billboard,
You just upload-
if you did a billboard,
Okay, billboard. So not like an Instagram post.
no,
Okay. That's
That's your
good to know.
first-
this is your own
'Cause I was, like,
creativity.
waiting for these logos to like post something.
Right.
So
No,
I
you
was like,
can
I
post.
thought I needed to have those.
No, but you're gonna want to use the logos
Oh,
for,
sure, I
yeah,
don't want people to
and your
see-
number, and you can put the address. Once this is open, that's gonna be on everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But to do these kind of things, you can get creative. You can do your own thing.
Cool.
You, like when I do the networking events, I deliberately don't market it as an EXP or an agency 365 event because it's not.
Mhm.
So all it says on there is just hosted by Mike Matkin. That's all it says. So it depends on what you're doing. Like these right here, this is perfectly fine. So anything else you guys want to do this or add it, or what do you think?
Show us where to find the little Instagram logos.
Okay, so we're gonna sit on this and so we'll say, hey, this is fantastic. This is done. It's okay. I would never put it out, but I wanted to show different variations. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, this is better.
So do we have any questions on the upload part? All that stuff that you upload comes from your local computer. So once I email you the logos or whatever images you're gonna use, they're on your local computer. Upload them right into here and they're stored in your Canva account
Forever.
until you delete 500 things out like I did last night. So, okay, okay, so we did images, logos, fonts, and text. We went over the toolbar. Okay. I'm gonna temporarily close this out. No, I'm gonna leave it open so we can show this left tab. Okay, so let's go over this tab a little bit to the left. So templates takes us back into the template section, where we look over thousands and thousands of templates.
different,
Yeah.
right?
So what you were asking, Selena, so like there's elements, text, photos, styles, videos, background, logos, et cetera, right?
Okay.
So elements is like shapes, okay, you want to add a shape or, lines and shapes, graphics, stickers. And this stuff all goes, and they have generic, royalty-free photos that you can use. So if you're looking for a particular photo, they have videos that if you want to incorporate video, and I can get to that shortly. But here's like animated stuff, like this stuff, just dropping that in there. See, look at that.
But you don't wanna do it because you don't get a team.
Well, not saying you don't,
You just
but
get
sometimes if it's too
lost.
busy and it's too big and sometimes. So this is all so these are your elements, shapes, sizes, whatever. Different graphics if you want to put, whatever you want. So there's
You're
a,
gonna take every single one of these pre-made templates. All these photos and shapes and color schemes, and everything, they're all in here.
Mhm.
Someone went through and made all these, using all these lines and shapes and. Wow.
Yeah.
You could go from just a white.
somebody did
background
oh yeah,
and do this.
there's a
Have you done
blank.
that?
You don't have to do a temp. Yeah, I've created from white for sure. It's just a blank canvas and you start, yeah. But I actually like a lot of the
Their
templates.
templates are
Yeah.
awesome.
So,
It's a lot easier. Plug it
yeah.
right in.
because that almost gives me that initial vision. Like I know I
Then
want
you
to
can
post.
change that.
Yeah, I want to post something about this, but I don't really know what I want to look like. I kind of have an idea. And as you start scrolling, that helps you
Yeah.
guide your design idea
Yeah.
off of the template that inspired you to use.
Right.
And
So-
you can change it to whatever you want.
Right. All right. So we're good on elements. We're good on uploads. Text, that's if you want to. So if you go to text, here's a cool thing about it. So they have a lot of pre-used ones that you could incorporate. Like, and it'll look exactly like how the samples are on the left.
Okay.
So let's just say this beach house one, I think that looks really cool and I want to start with that. Actually, it says beach, please, but see, it's exactly what you see to the left.
Right.
But then you say, okay, so it's one image, right? So that means it's because it's two colors, it's two grouped to one.
Okay, so it is.
So let's just say I really like please, but I want to get rid of beach. So I'm gonna ungroup that. Now there are two images. And let's just say I want to get rid of beach. Boom, gone. because I really want to use this. Now, when I change it to Gene, see that? But the layout, so it's the font, the color scheme, and the effects are already pre-done when you use these samples to the left. So it
Okay.
eliminates the you starting from scratch and trying to layer that or develop those fonts this way from scratch. It's already pre-made.
Sorry, you
Mhm.
can do whatever you want once you go into them.
But you don't have to use those either. You can just add a text box. See, now there's a box, and then I can just start typing, and it's a default font. See what I mean?
Okay.
But then it's like, oh, okay, then you can go in and do all this yourself, change the
Okay, yeah.
fonts, change the effects, here's the drop shadow. And that's probably a 2.0 when we get into like drop shadowing and effects and all that.
Right.
We could follow up with that. But so that kind of shows you can start from scratch, or you can use pre-made samples of ones that they, like this one. You don't like all 3 lines, and it's grouped as one. So what would you do? You'd click on the whole thing. You'd ungroup it and say, I don't really like sale, and I don't really like up to 50% off, but I really love the way wild looks. So let's work on that. And see, now I just use that one. And now that's my own font. Okay, wow, that's cool. But you know what? I really want it to be, what color do I want it to be? I was really wanting it to be like a blue, like a Carolina blue. Boom. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let's animate it too. So let's make it move around. Look at it. It's unlimited what you can do. Once you get in depth and you start digging, you can do amazing stuff. So these are already pre-made for you, but you can still change every element of them, but it's almost like a template of text on top of it.
Right.
Photos, these are all pre-made photos that you can use.
Are we still on the element?
No, we just went down, we're to photos now. So we're in elements, uploads, text, we're in photos now. So these are, you can use all these photos. They're royalty free. You can add these into your ads. So, boom, I want to put that in there. Okay, look at that. I want to use it, if I wanted to, I'm just showing hypothetical, whatever I want to do. Pop it in there. Styles. I've really messed with a lot of styles, but it'll pre-make something with like your color schemes, and it'll build a color palette for you. I don't really mess with styles. Videos. These are all royalty-free videos that you can use. Like you drop that in. There you go. It's videos that you can incorporate. Backgrounds. The different backgrounds that you can put in. See, look at, see how it automatically changed my background?
Oh, wow.
Whatever you want.
But then once you click out, it goes back to the original.
I'm control Zing it, which control Z is the same thing as undo. I don't know if it is on a Mac, but on Windows, control Z is basically undo. So I just keep doing that. See, like, I like that one. I think that one's better.
Right.
But so if you're not using an image of your house or you want a cool background, here's thousands of backgrounds to choose from. Right, logos. So here's what you're asking, Selena. Hold on. That's my logo. Let's see. Look, you can create QR codes from here, Mike. Look at. Then you start
There
seeing,
we go.
right, so they're all in there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, everything that
I
Facebook
didn't
owns.
See that. I remember seeing the YouTube one, but not the.
See, YouTube's right here. Well, that's just popular. Look, YouTube, Giphy. I mean, there's, yeah, it's crazy.
Gosh, if I ever got in that one, I don't even know what
Right.
would be there.
Okay, so that's the toolbar to the left. Okay, so what I'm gonna do at this point, so this is created, say, I love it, I want to use it. So what's the next thing I would do before I close it? And we're not jumping right to the phone yet, but what would I do? What's it titled right now?
Nothing.
Yeah, it is. Look above it. Brown minimalist house for sale Facebook post.
Okay, okay.
So let's say you might use it more than once. Say, I really love this one. Like I've used that one with the monitor screen and that for a while.
Yeah.
get specific with it. Once you name it, I'm gonna say, 750 Dawson. Offer accepted. Okay, once I do that, that's now what it's called. Now I look up to the top left. That's the tab, 750 Dawson, offer accepted.
Okay.
So once I close this, okay, and I go back into my stuff, back in home, even though it shows the original, but see the name 750 Dawson,
Right.
eventually that'll update, it'll show your image.
Okay,
But once you click on it, it's still the image we created.
Yeah.
It just has to buffer and refresh that's just,
original.
yeah.
In a couple weeks, when it's finally fully sold, you can use the exact same template, change a couple of the
you
words.
can use that for the next 10 houses you get an
Yeah.
offer accepted. If you really find a template that you like, keep using it.
It'll be consistent.
Change the colors a little bit, keep it consistent, just change the image.
Yeah.
And the,
Yeah,
and
image really
So it
focuses
doesn't
on
have to
15
be the
seconds.
exact house, it can just be.
you can
an
do
image
it,
that
right?
you like.
Yeah. Like I said, I found a couple templates that I reuse over and over again to me. So, all right, so I'm gonna get out of that for a second. So we'll come back to that at the very end. So what I want to do here. So the video, see the video where I showed you the video part of it?
Mhm.
Whether you saw the Day in the Life of Mike, the season of,
Yeah, I did.
okay, the intro that's on there, the real cool intro with the awesome music and all that. That all came from here. I created that whole intro in Canva.
Okay,
So let's see, but I gotta find it because it's been a while since see, these are all the things that I'm making. Look at, all this was made here. Let me find my videos
so
here.
everything you made and saved and named would
Yep.
be in here.
Or even if you don't name it, it keeps its default
Okay.
name. All right, so like this, I made this in Canva. So this was the intro to my reality show. Look, the audio, the whole logo it was actually a template that I customized. Yeah, so if you go back to the beginning,
Like, stuff like this, even like the little, advertisements that I was trying to make, like, you would spend like a whole day, like here and there, like I keep coming back to it, you know what I mean? Like, it takes time to like.
It's crazy.
To like look really good, you know?
so, but with that, you'll see like these other ones, like all the ones I did. See, I used a lot of my own video. Let's go back to episode 1. This was my own video when I was in New York.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. And same music. I kept it consistent. Same, But I put my own video behind it instead of using one of their, yeah. So that shows you not only that you can do video or stills and images, you can do full-blown videos with graphics and text and music and voiceover and everything you want to do. So obviously that's a little bit more in depth, but I'm just showing you the
Right.
capability.
So you made.
Because this audio right here, because this audio right here came from here.
Came from Canva,
Canva
so.
Yeah.
has its own yeah.
Yeah, I added the audio that's a Canva beat,
Wow.
believe it or not.
Cool. I have YouTube Studio Premium, so I got a million,
Mhm,
music and stuff.
mhm.
Oh, so that whole video you made and edited from Canva?
That was completely made in Canva, except I uploaded my video
Your video,
itself, but
right,
everything
right.
else was done in Canva.
Right, but you were able to
And-
take your video that you made, like
Mhm.
showing you through the day and stopping in front of.
No, not that part, not the whole show,
Oh,
just the
okay.
intro part.
Just the
That
intro,
part I
okay.
just showed you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Doing
we'll
videos,
get into that
that's a
part
whole
down the road, because
different
that's another program
Okay,
that is
okay, I was just
amazing.
podcast.
I was
Yeah.
just like, wow.
Well, just editing those videos, we'll get into that. So, and then the last part I want to show you is, I have to find this. So remember last year I started talking to all the high schools, going out and doing a real estate presentation.
Right,
I'm getting ready to
right.
start doing it again. I'm starting to line up dates as we speak. Guess what? That whole thing, 33 slides was created in Canva. Like my whole presentation. So if you see here, every slide, look at every slide was done in Canva. All of it. And then when I'm ready, see, you can present. So let's say I'm at the school right now and I'm getting ready to start. I have my presentation ready. I just click present, standard presentation, present. Look at this. Look at, here's my presentation. As long as I'm connected HDMI or wirelessly or whatever to the screen or the TV or whatever it's broadcasting on. Now watch, every time I click, boom, here comes my presentation. All through Canva. This is not on my computer. This is in Canva.
Wow.
So this is a 35-minute presentation that I created in Canva and I present. So
PowerPoint, I mean,
it's an
better-
updated, yeah.
better PowerPoint.
PowerPoint, yeah, this is so
PowerPoint is
much,
basic.
yeah, that's 20 years ago. I get it. But it's similar, a PowerPoint presentation, not using PowerPoint.
Yeah.
It's all housed right here in Canva and presented right out of Canva.
Yeah.
So everything you can do in here and then store in here, it's unbelievable.
So you're not storing this in your computer?
No, it sits right in my account in Canva, right here.
Right, okay,
Crazy, isn't it?
right.
I didn't think it was that long.
So you didn't have, I mean, you're not taking up any of your space or anything. You're taking up your space just for the Canva.
Sure.
That's it.
But see, when I said, remember our original list of everything to do, that's why I say get familiar with Canva. This is just going in here and just messing around,
Just 5 minutes.
looking at templates, what, because when you go back to the beginning, it's like, what do you want to make? There's whiteboards, presentations, social media, video, print products, webs. You can make full websites in Canva. For a while, when we had the coming soon, I had the QR code out there and people scanned it.
Yeah.
It brought up, I mean, I have the page somewhere. I just would have to look and see,
Yeah.
but it literally brought up what's coming in I built that website in here. Let's see if I even should show it. I think it's been a little while since I went in there, but yeah, I don't know where it's at. But anyway, it's in there. It's in there.
Yeah, because I messed around, because Office Depot or Office Max uses Canva. Like, if you want to print something through there,
Oh, do they?
you can
So you
go
can make
into
a
their
flyer.
website.
Canva.
It goes into Canva and
they charge it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, they'll print out 1,000 sheets or whatever, but to use their program.
It's basically
it's
this.
It is Canva.
Yeah.
You go into Home Depot's or Office Max's website and it goes into, it links you to Canva and you got to go and do Canva.
Interesting. So the last part of all of that is, let me get out of presentations because that's not what I'm. Okay, so we'll go back to our creation. What are we doing here? Where's my stuff? Show me my stuff for you. That's why I was stuck on the website. So this is when you can search specifically, but it stayed on that. So if you want to look for one of these in particular.
Okay.
All right, so back to this. All right, here's our amazing design that we created. We're so proud of it. It looks great. Okay, so it's all done. We loved it, right? We renamed it. It's a wrap. Okay, we're closing that and we're closing Canva on our laptop. Now I'm going to go to Canva on my phone. I'm going to unshare now because there's no need. So we go to Canva on my phone, the app. It's the very first one, okay? It's the very first one. I open it. And it's the same ad that I just created on my laptop.
Oh, wow. Because they're linked together.
Because it's the same account. It syncs up.
Yeah, because you can see my Facebook pictures here. It's
But
also on my phone. So
Right.
it's all linked.
So you want to design it on your laptop, but then you just want to close that, open it on your phone, because now you're ready to post
You
it.
just pull it off.
Yeah, so right now, what am I gonna do? I see it right here. So I'm gonna hit the download. It's downloading it as a PNG, which is a low, very low sized file, but great resolution. Okay, so it's done. Right? So I go into my phone. It's right there. Okay, so and then all I want to do is go into Facebook and I want to post it. Boom. Photo. There it is. I'm posting it on Facebook just like that.
wow.
So do the work on your laptop, not transfer, open it up here and post.
There's a lot more in depth on your actual.
Wait, it's so much easier.
Yeah.
I've tried to do it on here.
If you're traveling, but
The one thing I would say though is before you do it, review it real quick on close this out because I'm really not posting it.
On your phone.
Yeah, look at it, one last time, because sometimes the text might shift a hair just going from laptop to phone. So just make sure everything's accurate to what you left it as.
Yeah.
And if not, you could still tweak it on here, which is no big deal. But then you're ready to post. That's it.
Wow, that's pretty fast.
So any questions with any of that? Because I think that pretty much covered 101. I'm going to send everybody the logos, the EXP logos, black and white, the Agency 365 logos, black and white. Upload them into your Canva, and then they're just there. Take your signatures, upload your signatures in there too.
Okay.
So then you can put that wherever you want. And that's a great start. Now you get the template, you drop your images, put your logos, change the data, you're ready to go.
Also,
But they're consistent.
for that email that you're gonna send out, to everybody, I would put in there that remove, what was it? Remove
BG.
Yeah.
Mhm.
that way-
But that one, I think you only get one free. I think you
Oh,
got to buy
okay.
credits. It's like
It would-
$1.
it-
Yeah,
Yeah, but I did it too.
I'll pay for it. It's just $1.
No, I get it. No, it was nothing. I mean, you're not going to do a million different things.
Yeah, you got a couple maybe couple photos.
Yeah, it's a-
couple bucks.
It's a quick option. Yeah. So,
We'll use your Apple Pay. Whatever your.
Yeah.
okay, so that is Canva training 101. This will be available to everybody in the group and maybe others at some point. So it ran a little bit longer than planned, but I think we got good information out of it.
I would definitely say if like, once it does start getting to like bigger group coming in here, it probably will end up being longer just 'cause, like everybody's in. here.
Sure. Oh, sure. But that's why I'm doing this, so we can record and people can watch it on their own time. And if they have questions, they can just ask or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess at one point, at someday, as we grow, because we're almost in double digits now with agents, but as we grow, we'll probably just have somebody in-house that just does this for us. But it's
Yeah.
good to know it, because it's one thing that I'm gonna have the hardest time ever giving up, because I actually love doing this stuff. So to actually hand that off to someone full-time is gonna be very difficult if I ever do it at all. But
Hey,
at some
Mike?
point, agents, everyone in the office might want somebody to do it for them, that it's all up there. And like we have that team where we have projects and then they're just filtering and sending you finished products to post up on your own.
But just like being able to post a listing, do an offer.
Sure,
even though we haven't
incorporate
had
all that
one,
in there. Yeah.
Everyone needs to at least have 101 with this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but do
So in the
something.
meantime, now as we're getting deals in, we're able to do